so as Scott said, my name is Madison Prim, and I'm a junior at Hillgrove High School. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about how to deal with like mean girls, but it's not really like just mean girls. It can really be just anyone who you just have a problem with, I guess, and how to deal with it in a godly way. And what I've learned like over the what we've been through this semester. So I'm just going to come out and say it. I curse sometimes. So it's only really occasionally, and it's only like when I get really angry and it just kind of comes out. So when I found out that my sister was being taunted by this little girl at her school, I was like, what? And then it just kind of came out. And I was so angered because I really never had to deal with like mean girls or anything. I was so fortunate to just have a great group of friends that I've always surrounded myself with. And for my sister, I guess she just doesn't have the same, we're totally different personalities, so she doesn't have the same friends that I do. And I had a full plan to like talk to this girl, to like confront her, and I was so just I was so mad. I was just mad. And then, so I was trying to find this girl's number, and I texted a bunch of her friends. It was very like childish of me, but I did. And then one of my friends said the very convicting, well, what would Jesus do? And I was like, you know, sarcasm came out, and I was like, he would cuss that girl out. And obviously that would not be what Jesus would do, but in the heat of the moment, I was just so angry. And so I kind of took it to the Word, and I was like, well, people are tempted in a lot of different ways, and you may be wondering, like, what does temptation have to do with any of this? But Satan provides money and materialistic items to people who desperately seek for attention and have this kind of look-at-me attitude. And this is exactly what that girl has. And I know that she's totally jealous of my beautiful, intelligent, athletic, God-fearing sister. And so I took to the Word and just tried to find something that would bring me peace. And one of the verses that I found is Leviticus 19:18, and it is very convicting. And it says, "You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the sons of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." So obviously this verse does not help my cause at all. And I just kept rereading this verse, trying to find the invisible meaning. Like, certainly the Lord did not mean me. This girl is being so rude. I must be the exception. I have to just tell this girl how I really feel. But I wasn't the exception. And then I remember the golden rule, which comes from Matthew 7:2, and it says, "For you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged." So God wants us to treat others the way we would want to be treated, regardless of what the ways that they treat us. And that's when I found the verse that I am most guilty of. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. And those verses comes from Proverbs 6:16 through 19. So God hates that the feet that are quick to rush into evil, which is me, like completely. And so this was on like a Tuesday night or something, you know, it was totally just a random night. But I really learned a lot that night just in going through my Bible. And I was praying as, you know, this girl stirs up conflict in the community, and she makes my sister feel like dirt. And she makes half the girls in her grade feel like dirt, and she's just so malicious and ill-natured. And isn't evil the answer? And that is when I received the Spirit's love, kindness, and self-control. And I realized that this girl probably didn't know Jesus. Like, why would she act that way if she did? And so I thought, Maddie, this is a chance to show love, not hatred, and save the judgment for him. You are only to show love to everyone, especially to your enemies, and you can never fight fire with fire, only love. And I know that this sounds like a fantasy, but only because some people act before they think, and usually I'm one of those people. But then I decided to show love because trusting in him brings me peace. Thank you.